To Gentle Yoga. This is Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. You can visit us online at urbanyoga.org or on Facebook at Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center. Check out the schedule, stop by the tip jar to make contributions. And for those watching on YouTube later, subscribe to the YouTube channel for us. We're going to start today down low. We're going to lie down, a reclined posture called Supta Baddha Konasana, for those who like to know the Sanskrit names of things, which I don't use very much, actually, but that's me. You can bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees splay out. And if you like, you can use blocks to support your legs like this. If it's not comfortable to have your legs in this position, rest the soles of your feet on the mat, let your knees lean towards each other. Arrange your hands in a way that's comfortable for you, resting on the ground or resting on your body. Close your eyes if you like. And let's start focusing on breath, letting it slow down and get deeper. Observing the movements that come with each inhale and each exhale. Noting where and how those movements register in the body. What do you feel inhaling? What do you feel exhaling? Feel your contact with what's under you. Floor, the mat, maybe the blocks. Feeling of your feet touching each other, if they are. The feeling of your hands on your body, if they are. Take in whatever other sensations are present. Maybe there's air moving in your space. I've got a fan gently blowing here. Taking in the quality of the light, even if it's just filtering through your closed eyelids. Taking in the sounds of your environment, including the sounds coming from mine. I'm not sure if you can hear the rain. It's raining here, the windows are open. Sometimes we hear traffic. You might have heard some faint music a moment ago. It's a propane company that plays this recorded advertisement as they drive around residential neighborhoods with tanks for lease or sale. Many folks who practice with teachers here in the area consider the sound of the Zeta gas truck very soothing as they associate it with their practice. Some of the teachers just get annoyed by it. Whatever comes up during practice, whether it's an external stimulus like that, or something internal, it's all just part of practice. It's all things we can integrate and just take in, take note of. You don't have to let anything throw us off track. Whenever our attention is drawn away or our mind simply wanders, gently come back to observing your breath, noticing what's going on in your body. Scan your body a little more thoroughly now and take in whatever sensations are there, especially noting any unwanted sensation, soreness or stiffness, so that we can keep these things in mind while we practice, knowing that it's okay to skip or modify any part of practice. Everything but the breathing is optional. So our shared intentions are observing our breath, observing and taking care of our bodies,
Maybe you like to set some personal intention for your own practice. You can do that now. And with our intentions in place, let's share 3 deep cleansing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth with a sighing sound. Now, if you have your feet together and your knees apart, as I do, bring your hands to your legs, let your arms do the work, nudge your knees towards each other. You can strain things in your legs or hips if you just try to move your legs out of that position using only your legs. Move the blocks out of the way, back up here, past the head. Now let's right from here take an energizing twist. Cross from left ankle above your right knee, right heel in close to your butt. Reach your arms out to the sides, palms facing up, shoulders staying grounded. Let your legs fall to the right and turn your head to the left. Letting your breath bring you out, not worrying about how far your legs go. Bring everything back up through center. Cross your legs the opposite way and twist the opposite way. Bring it all back to center. Uncross your legs. Draw your knees towards your chest. Hug your knees. Rock and roll, massaging your back against the ground. Inhale, extend your arms and legs all the way out. And as you exhale, curl up in a ball. Take a few more breaths with that easy full body stretch. Nice long breaths, nice slow movements. Using the whole inhale to extend out and the whole exhale to curl up. And let's start to sit up. You can either fold your knees and rock front to back, roll your spinal on the floor, or just tip onto one side, press your hand to the floor, and sit up like that.
Get comfortable sitting or kneeling in any way that works for you. You don't have to sit as I'm sitting. Reach your arms out to the sides, fingertips on the floor. Inhale, lift your left arm up alongside your ear. As you exhale, let your arm drape across your head so your fingers rest by your right ear. Gently draw your head to the left. Lift your right hand just a little and reach out through your fingertips. Let your right hand down. Allow your neck to remain passive. Let your left hand slide across your head and come down to your cheek. Use that arm to nudge your head back to center. Let your left hand down. Inhale, raise your right arm up alongside your ear. As you exhale, let it drape over. Gently draw your head to the right. Raise and extend out through your left fingertips. Let the left hand down. Neck stays relaxed. Let your right hand slide over and down. Use your arm to nudge your head back up. Let your right hand down. Walk your left hand behind you and bring your right hand to your left leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, invite your body to twist some more. Explore working your way up from the waist. Seeing if with each exhale your body wants to go deeper into the twist. And let yourself unwind. Then walk your right hand behind you. Bring your left hand to your right leg. Inhale to lengthen up. And exhale to twist some more. Let yourself unwind, come through center. Now let your arms hang limply at your sides. Lift your left shoulder up, slide it back, and let it down. And then right shoulder up and back, down. Inhale, reach out toward the walls. As you exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself. Bring your chin over towards your shoulder. Let your chin roll down towards your sternum. Head up to the other shoulder. And then back again, nice and slowly down past your sternum. Back up to the side you started on. Face forward. Inhale, open up. As you exhale, cross the other way. Bring your chin towards your shoulder. And draw those couple smiley shapes, semicircles. With your chin. Then face forward. Inhale to open up. Exhale, let your arms down. And bring your hands to your knees. Inhale, draw your heart forward, let your head tip back. Exhale, draw your heart back and let your head tip forward. Follow the pace of your breath for a few more seated cow-cat movements. And after your next exhale, sit up. Rest your hands in front of you and just walk them forward as much as you want, or as much as you can. Let your neck, your knees, and your head hang. Walk your hands over to the left. Walk your hands back through center and over to the right. Walk your hands back to center and then back in towards your legs. Sit up. Shift up onto your hands and knees. Reach back with your right foot, press the ball of your foot against the floor. On the next inhale, reach your left arm to the side. If you like, on the next inhale, pick your right foot up and reach straight back. It's also okay to leave your foot on the floor. If you want to go further, bend your knee, reach back, grab your foot, kick into your hand, raising your knee and your chin. Release, lower down, reach back and press into the ball of your left foot. On the next inhale, reach your right arm to the side. If you like, on the next inhale, pick your foot up, reach straight back. If you want to, bend your knee, reach back, see about taking that time. Release and lower down. And let's start to stand. You can use blocks to ease the transition if you like. Blocks under the hands. Step one foot forward, and then the other, hang out in forward fold. Swaying back and forth. Bending your legs a little or a lot. Heavy head, heavy arms. Nod your head. And shake your head. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold back down. Inhale, roll to standing, hands overhead, palms together. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, out and up. Take hold of your right wrist with your left thumb and forefinger like this. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend to the left. Feel for length through both arms. On the inhale, come up through the middle, switch to the other wrist.
And exhale, bend to your right. Inhale to come up. Exhale, let your arms down. Inhale out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Rest your fingertips on the floor or on your blocks. Step your left foot back, runner's lunge. Now you can keep the back leg long and engaged like that, or let the back knee down and curl the back toe. So I'm going to go with the lower version today. Inhale, reach forward and up. You can also press your hands to your knee and use your arms to lever yourself up. And the movement's the same, whether the back knee is down or up. Going to exhale, sink forward in your hips, draw your arms down to a cactus. Inhale, glide back and reach up. One difference to note is that if you're in the high lunge, you want to make sure the right knee doesn't go further forward than the right ankle, because you can hyperextend your knee. And with your center of gravity higher, that can be dangerous, that can cause an injury. With my center of gravity down low here, it's not going to bother my knee to let the knee go further forward than the ankle like it's doing. So that's a deeper movement in the hip. So sometimes you might do the lower version because of trouble in the back knee or fatigue in the legs, or you just don't like how wobbly the higher lunge is, but maybe you like the deeper range of movement you get in the hips from staying low while protecting the front knee. From the top of the movement here, twist to the left. Reach the left hand back, reach your right hand forward or drop it to your knee as needed. Come through center with your hands by your heart. Reach your right hand back, reach your left hand forward or drop it to your knee. Come through center, bring your hands down. Now, if you have your legs like mine, curl the left toes under and press into your foot to lift your knee, runner's lunge. Then step your right foot back to meet your left, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet up and down. Feeling that nice lengthening, all the muscles of the back of the body. Maybe rock back and forth a little. Any movements you like. We all have our routines when we get to the first downward dog. What feels good? What helps us explore the pose more deeply? On an inhale, bend your knees and look forward. As you exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Step your right foot back, runner's lunge. And you can keep that leg engaged or let the back knee down and then curl the back toes. And when you're ready, inhale. Stand yourself up, reach your arms out. Exhale, sink forward, arms down. Inhale, glide back, arms up. Following your own breath.
And let's twist first to the right. Come through center, and then twist to the left. Come through center. Bring your hands down. If you have the back knee down as I do, curl the toes under, press into your foot to lift your knee. Now we're all in runner's lunge. Then step the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Step back to plank. On an exhale, slowly lower all the way down, keeping your elbows in close, finding strength in that slowness. Let everything go. Untuck your toes, rest your chin, and reach your arms out to the sides, palms down. Gripping the floor with your right hand, walk your left hand in towards you, pressing away from the floor on that side, rocking up onto your right hip. So the front of your right shoulder is pressed against the ground, right side of your head resting on the ground, and the left hand is somewhere over here by your chin. Now maybe that's enough to do. You can stay right there, just opening that shoulder. If you want to explore more, you can lift your left leg away from the right, like opening a pair of scissors. Let the heel drift back. If that feels okay and you want to go further, bend your knee. Let that leg hang and see what happens. So I'm not pushing the foot down, just letting the foot hang and see what breath and gravity does over the next few rounds of breath. Your foot might surprise you by touching down. Doesn't really matter whether it does or not. Touchdown, that is. If you want to explore further, you can reach your left arm up and rotate your arm in the shoulder socket like an owl turning its head. You might also bend your arm, bring the back of your hand to your back. If you moved your left hand, bring it back over here, plant it, ground into it. If you moved your left leg, take your time to lift your foot, extend the leg, bring it forward, and lower it against the other leg. Slowly walk your left hand back out, come to rest on your belly, rest on one chin, rest on one chin, rest on your chin or on one cheek. Gripping the floor with your left hand, walk your right hand in. Press yourself up onto your left side. You can remain there or raise your right leg away from your left. Let the heel drift back. If you want to, bend your knee. See what happens from there. And if you like, you could reach your right arm out, explore that shoulder rotation and or that half bind. If you moved your right hand, take your time to bring it back and plant it. If you moved your right leg, take your time to rewind that. Slowly walk your right hand back out. Come to rest on your belly and on your cheek or on your chin. Turning your head back to center if you're resting on your chin. Bring your hands in under your shoulders. Pressing into your hands, inhale, lift your head and chest to whatever height is okay in your lower back. With an exhale, rock back and up to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, down. Step back to plank. On an exhale, lower halfway or all the way again if you like. Inhale to draw your heart forward, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, rock back and up to downward facing dog. Take 3 nice, deep, clearing breaths and make your way to child's pose. As always, you can vary your child's pose however you like. Inhale, slowly come forward from child's pose through table. Exhale, slowly backing up from table to downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And let's play with balancing, play with tree pose. You're welcome to step over by a wall or a piece of furniture if you like to have something to reach out to and steady yourself. As much or little as needed. Maybe it's just there in case, or maybe you keep your hand there the whole time. Anywhere in between. Bring your hands by your heart. and shift your weight from one leg to the other. It can be helpful to set your eyes on a fixed point at eye level. And if there isn't one in the place where you're practicing, just let your eyes unfocus. Bring the weight into your right leg. Pick up your left knee. Bring it out to the side. And bring your foot to your leg. You might have your toes on the ground, heel on your ankle. You might have the sole of your foot on your calf. You might have the sole of your foot on your thigh. You can keep your hands here or explore other expressions. I didn't demonstrate the lower positions of the foot because there's a fresh tattoo on this leg. I don't want to put the other foot on the tattoo. It's only 2 days old. Keep breathing, explore as much as you want. Maybe you just find one shape and aim at being still. Or maybe you're more mobile. Maybe there's a lot of breeze in your branches today. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them to your heart again. Pivot your knee forward. Highlight the foot down. Shake things out. Shake that right leg. Shake anything you want to shake. Kind of naturally becomes a little dance, of course. When you're ready, bring your hands back to your heart. Shift from side to side as many times as you like. Whenever you're ready, bring the weight into your left leg. Take your time to raise your right knee. Open the gate of your hip. Bring your foot to your leg. Take whatever arm expression you like. See, many times I would have grabbed this bent leg and put my foot on my thigh, but the spot I grab is the spot where the ankle is. Now you can see it, I think, where my leg is. I know it's not very big on the video. You'll be curious, so I'll tell you. It's a Mexican skull motif, like a calavera. Day of the Dead, like a sugar skull, so they're sometimes called. And the skull is comprised of bicycle components. The eyes are the tires of a bicycle, the nose hole is the seat. The mouth is made of individual chain links spaced apart. And there's gear segments suggesting temples and brow points. For anyone who's squinting on YouTube, trying to see what that is. When you're ready, bring your hands back to your heart if they're doing something else. Bring your knee forward, let your foot down, and shake things out. And let's have a seat. Maybe after having a drink, you need to water your tree as I did. When you're ready, extend your legs forward, flex your feet back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Allow your knees to bend if they want to. As you inhale, think of coming forward. As you exhale, think of lowering down.
Inhaling, walk your hands up your legs and sit yourself up. Bring the soles of your feet together. Bring your heels in as close as you can to your pelvis. Interlace your fingers, hold your toes in between your hands. Wriggle on your butt. Bring those bones closer to the ground to tilt your pelvis forward and open your hips. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips with a long spine. And take your time, just see how far that long spine will lower. And when it's not lowering any further, let your head lower. Breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit up. Keep your feet together and move them away, leaving a big space between your pelvis and your heels. As far forward as you can bring those feet while keeping them together. And you can reach over your ankles like this or under your ankles and walk your hands forward on the mat. Let your neck disengage, breathe into your back. Slowly walk your hands back, press yourself upright. Use your arms to lift your knees towards each other. Rest your feet on the mat. Bring your hands behind you. Set up for bridge. You can scoot forward and come down on your back, or come down on your back and then draw your heels in closer. So you wind up, either way, you wind up on your back with your heels in close. You can put a block between your knees if you like. Press into the soles of your feet and inhale to lift your hips up. If you want a deeper heart opener, you can clasp your hands under you, reach your knuckles towards your heels, and draw your shoulder blades towards each other. If you're taking that bind with your hands, release them. On an exhale, slowly lower down. Explore floating up and down for a few breaths at your own pace. Inhale to go up and exhale to go down. My own pace for this today is to not move up and down. I tweaked my back slipping on a wet floor earlier, so I'm just gonna take it easy here. Join you in supported bridge in a couple breaths. When you're ready, pausing at the top of the movement, put a block under your sacrum and come down to rest on it. Let your body sink down against that support. Think of everything immediately above and below the block, releasing and settling. Press it to your feet. Inhale, lift your hips up. Slide the block out from underneath. Exhale, gently come down. Move the blocks out of the way. Draw your knees towards your chest, hug your knees. Rock and roll to massage your back against the floor. Now let's grab our straps. We'll take a longer time today with the strap. Well, longer than we do some days. I tend to do this sequence either in 30-second segments or 1 minute or 2 minutes. Today we'll go for 2 minutes. But first, the preliminaries. Strap under the feet, one end in each hand. Extend your arms and legs up. Keep your sacrum, shoulder blades, and head on the floor. Slide your feet apart. Slide them back together. Point your toes down at your face. Point your toes up at the ceiling. And let your feet relax. Take your left foot out. Press the back of your left leg and your left heel against the floor. Reach your left arm to the side. No, reach your right arm to the side. Threw myself off. Holding the strap in your left hand, reach your right arm to the side. Keeping your shoulders rounded, draw your leg to the left, turn your head to the right. Keep that left foot flexing back towards you. Right palm turned up to help keep the shoulder down. Bring everything back up from the center. Hold the strap in your right hand. Press your left hand down on the front of your left hip. Let your limbs fall to the right, keeping that left cheek on the floor, keeping the pelvis from rolling to give the right hip more room to open. If your pelvis would roll to the right, your leg will keep moving, but they're moving together and it's not as much opening for that outer hip. Really take your time, be gentle, come back up to center. Lift your left leg, step that foot into the strap. Take your right foot out, press your right leg down. Reach your left arm to the side. Draw your leg to the right and turn your head to the left. Bring it all back to center. Take the strap in your left hand. Press down on the front of your right hip. Let your arm and your leg go over to the left. Nice and easy, come back to center. Raise your right leg, draw your knees in, set your strap aside. Reach your feet up. Reach your hands up to grab your legs or feet. Play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. And whenever you feel complete with inverting, make your way to Shavasana, the final resting pose of your choice. Maybe it's the classic corpse pose, maybe something else. Notice your breath, slowing down and getting deeper as you find your comfortable stillness. Maybe just focus on your breath. Or maybe you set an intention for your practice, you come back to reflect upon that. And just let your mind wander. Start to take some deeper breaths. And move around little by little. Letting your movements get bigger and bigger. Take your time when you're ready to gently sit up. Bring your hands to your heart. Thank you for sharing practice today. The light within me sees and bows to that same light within you. Namaste. Have a great day, a lovely weekend. See you next time.